Yes, sir. You already know exactly what time it is, man. We are back here to serve some more. Ooh, excuse me. Serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. Just got the pound and are ready for the next round. I don't know why my camera quality looks like that. It looks like boo boo. Maybe I'm tweaking. But anyways, with that being said, y'all can see the title of this episode, this live, whatever you want to call it. This is a different type of episode. Uh, Normally I would do a interview, AI interview, but tonight we're gonna talk about something different. So with that being said, make sure y'all got your snacks, your drinks, whatever the case may be, because we finna jump right into this episode. Now look, a lot of y'all sit around and you sit on the internet and you feel bad about yourself because you see all these other people living these lives that you want to live. You see all these other people doing the things that you want to do. And you think that you live in poverty. But the truth is, you don't live in poverty. Not physically, anyways. But internally, you do. Inwardly, you live in poverty. You might have a little bit of money in your bank account that allow you to go do a couple of things here and there, have a little bit of fun, whatever the case may be. But inwardly, you are living in poverty because you don't hold anything inside of you. You don't have anything that you can give to somebody that's beneficial, that you can trade with, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all sit around on the internet poking, pointing fingers and poking fun at other people and trolling them and whatnot, trying to make you feel better about the fact that you yourselves internally are poor. What it do, what it do. You guys will sit around and point fingers at somebody extremely hard. But the truth is, the exact same thing that you're pointing them fingers at those people for, is the same thing that you guys are guilty of doing. That is 100% facts. The same things that you sit around pointing fingers at other people for are the same things that you guys do. And you can tell when somebody is projecting, when they are chasing something hard, when they are pushing something hard, like a narrative or uh, an allegation against somebody. You know, there was this one dude, I don't even remember what his name was, but he had stopped his streaming platform so that he could pursue an allegation against somebody for being a CPD. We'll just say CPD, and he dedicated his whole platform that he used to have to that. And it's like, bro, when you project that hard, what are you doing behind closed doors? You know, a lot of people will sit around and project their self-hatred onto other people. You know, when people are on the internet talking and hating and whatnot, they're talking all that because that's how they feel about themselves. It's not necessarily how they feel towards you, but that's how they feel towards themselves. And they have to get it off their chest somehow. So they choose to project it onto other people. And it spreads like a disease. That's 100% facts. Hatred spreads like a disease. It is the fastest spreading sickness, as well as uh, goofiness. Hatred and goofiness are the two fastest spreading diseases internally. Because it's easy for somebody's hateful mentality to rub off on you if you're around them for too long. It's easy for somebody's goofy mentality to rub off on you if you're around them for too long. That's a fact. You consume what you're around. So if you're around goofiness all the time, you're going to end up becoming goofy. And you're not even going to realize it until you get around somebody who's real and you realize just how goofy you are or you sound. You know, if you're around somebody who's always negative all the time, somebody who's being hateful all the time, it's going to rub off on you. And you're going to realize how negative and hateful you're being once you get around somebody who is the exact opposite. Somebody who's outgoing and upbeat. You're going to realize just how negative you are because you're going to feel it spewing out of yourself. That's what people don't realize. Energy spreads. And it can spread like a disease or it can spread like a cure. Either way, it's contagious. That's why you got to make sure that you get around the right energy. You got to make sure that you get around the right people. You got to make sure that the right people are around you. Because if you don't, you're going to let yourself go. And one day you're going to look back at yourself and you're like, damn, what happened to me? Like, for real, what happened to me? That's why it's important to have that maybe one or two people in your life who is real. Who is real. Because them people they're rare. They tell you how it is. They tell you how it's supposed to be. I don't know what you're talking about, homeboy, so this is what I'm going to do right here. No, that's what I'm going to do right here. I have no clue what you're talking about. Look at him over here trying to comment and stuff. Look, instead of going out there and making your own life better, you'd rather sit around in here and try to comment on another dude's live. You can't make this up. This is exactly why you guys will always be stuck in the gutter. Because you'd rather waste your time. They trying hard, bro. They trying hard. Y'all would rather waste your time in somebody else's TikTok live than go and work towards something. Look at another one. Don't worry about where I'm from, son. I'm from a place called Mute. How about that? No, I'm from a place called Mute. But instead of taking this time to watch somebody else's live, you could be building something for yourself. Whether it's thinking out a plan, drawing out a plan. Maybe you still need to go to the gym. Go do that. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. And go to the gym. Work off some of that energy that you still got. Work off some of that negative, hateful energy that you're still feeling, bro. If you're tired, go to the gym. If you're depressed, go to the gym. If you're happy, go to the gym. If you're angry, go to the gym. He said they're nothing but useless pieces of donkey do that deserve to be flushed down the toilet. That is tough, but that's real. But if you're happy, go to the gym. If you're sad, go to the gym. If you're angry, go to the gym. If you're tired, go to the gym. If you're energized, go to the gym. Straight up. Make time for it. And once you really start seeing the results, after going for a long consecutive time, consistently, you're going to start to love looking at yourself. You ain't going to be able to stop looking at yourself in the mirror. You're going to be obsessed with yourself. People sit around and say, oh, well, I hate how I look, so why don't you change it? I hate looking in the mirror, so why don't you change that reflection? David Goggins said it the best. He said when he was going through his real hard time in his stage of poverty when he was coming up, he said that he did not like the reflection that he saw. And he said, two things are going to happen. One, either the dude on the other side is going to change, or I'm going to die trying. Like the X-Reddit stuff, that was wild. Oh, man, don't even start. But, no, he said, either that reflection is going to change, or I'm going to die trying. And guess what? He made it change. And if he can make it change coming up from the bad conditions that he was coming up in. A father who didn't care, a mother who was trying her best to care but had to deal with a father who did not care. Him having to navigate life on his own, pretty much. Navigate manhood on his own, figure out what a man was supposed to be on his own. If he can come up from that, then y'all can most definitely, at least, change the reflection in the mirror. That is 100% facts. And if you don't even have the will to do that, you're not gonna have the will to do anything but sit on the couch and stuff your face with hot Cheetos and Takis and Twinkies and honey buns and chug a 2 liter of Mountain Dew right behind it. That's all you're gonna be good for, is just consuming the cow turd. That's all you're gonna be good for, is consuming cow turds, which is what fast food is, which is what all those snacks are. Is basically cow turds. It is a shame, and you should be ashamed right now if you're watching this and you like sitting on the couch, stuffing your face with Takis, with hot Cheetos, with Twinkies and honey buns and ho-hos, and drinking 2 liters of soda and sweet tea, barely any water. If you're watching this right now and you're one of those people, I hope you start crying when you hear this. I hope you get your feelings hurt, because it's what you need. Nobody has told you. Nobody has told you how you look. Nobody has told you how you smelled. Nobody has told you how your breath stank, how your armpits are just emitting this sewerage stank out your arms. Nobody has told you how you just a walking blob. And if nobody has told you yet, I'm going to tell you. You stank. You are disgusting, and you should look at yourself in the mirror and realize that and want to change it. You can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up. I know people, and it's a shame because I know people, some people, I don't associate with them, but I know them. And I've known people who were happy just being a big blob of nothing. They're happy with it because they can't see themselves as being something greater. They don't have the drive to become something greater. Even if they are around you, somebody who has the drive every day to become better, every day to improve their physical looks and their mental well-being, if they are around you, they will still not receive that energy that you give off. They won't. They might feel bad about themselves. They might compare themselves to you in their mind. Oh man, look at me standing next to this guy, but that doesn't change anything. They still think the way they do. They still smell the way they do. They're still as heavy as they are. And guess what? At the end of the day, they're still going to go home and sit on the couch and stuff their face with hot Cheetos and Takis and honey buns and ho-hos and graham crackers and chug 2 liters of soda to wash it all down. They're still going to do it. So, look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this who you want to be? And if the answer is yes, if the answer is no, then you need to do something about it. But if the answer is yes, then you need to jump in a box with a bomb and let that bitch blow up, and I am out. Deuces. Don't take me down.